So this little boy was 16 years old running away from home. His mother tried to do everything to keep this little boy in the house, but he wasn't going for it. So the little boy big cousin heard about what was going on. This young man was 21 years old with a lot of money. He was a really big dude that was known in the streets for making a lot of money because of what he was selling. So when he heard what was going on with his little cousin, he hurried up and tried to find him. He randomly bumped into his little cousin one day and said, "Yo, I heard what was going on. I think you should go back home." The little cousin opened up to him and told him why he felt like he shouldn't go back home. Now, since the little boy is always running away, the big cousin thought, what can I do to make sure he stay off of these streets? So he told the little cousin, "I'll make a deal with you. If you don't want to go home, just come live with me." Now the little boy got excited because his cousin stayed in a nice area. So he said, "But you stay far away, so how am I gonna get to school every day?" He said, "I got another house that a lot of people don't know about and is walking distance from your school." He said, "If you go to school every day, I'll just give you money." Now the little boy was like, okay, it might be a little bit of money or whatever. So he was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Give me some time to think about it." Now the big cousin tried his best to constantly keep talking to him, but the little cousin was like, "I got so much to do, so I'm gonna get at you later." So a few days go by and the big cousin is looking for his little cousin. His little cousin wasn't picking up his phone calls. So the big cousin had everybody searching for him. So like when they see him, they'd be like, "Hey, yo, big cuz told you to call him." So one day the big cousin ran into him. He told his little cousin to get in the car because he wanted to talk to him. Now the little cousin felt really good because he felt like his cousin was a celebrity. Everybody knew he had money. He had a whole bunch of nice cars with rims on it, and he was always fresh. So when he pulled up on his little cousin, everybody was like, "Oh, that's your cousin?" He was happy and said, "Yeah," jumped in the car with him. So when he jumped in the car with his big cousin was like, "Listen, you ain't been calling me, you ain't been doing this, but I want to put you on." And when he heard "I want to put you on," he got super excited and was like, "Oh, okay, what's up? How much you want me to sell?" So the big cousin turned his head really slowly with a whole bunch of disgust in his face, like he wanted to slap him. He looked his little cousin in the eyes and said, "If you ever sell anything and I find out, I'm breaking your hands, your arms, and your legs, and I'm not playing." The little cousin say, "But you do it." The big cousin say, "I'm doing this to buy real estate so I can take care of grandma all the way down to the youngest child." This 21-year-old big time D-boy wanted to take the money from the streets to invest in real estate, to take care of his grandma all the way down to the youngest child. But his grandmother had 10 kids and their kids have kids. So it's like 170 something people that this man is willing to take care of. Mind you, he's only 21 with this dream. So he tells his little cousin, "What I meant by putting you on is I will give you anything you want. I will take you shopping. You can get the clothes you want. You can get shoes. You want money. Even if you want a car, I'll get you anything." So the little cousin like, "Man, this too good to be true. What do you want from me?" The big cousin said, "I only want 3 things from you." The little boy thinking like, yeah, he just want me to go back home. He want me to do this, that, and the third. But these things that I don't want to do. So the big cousin said, "All I want you to do is go to school, get good grades, and play basketball. And that's it." The little boy was like, he can't be serious right now. That's way too easy. This is just like taking candy from a baby. So the little boy clarified, "So you mean to tell me all I got to do is go to school, get good grades, and play basketball, and you gonna give me anything I want?" The big cousin smiled and said yes. The little cousin said, "But why though? Why would you do that for me?" The big cousin said, "Because I believe in you." He said, "Little cuz, you got so much potential." He said, "Just think about it. You can change everybody's life around you, and you can change everybody's life that's in your family." And then the big cousin go on to keep telling him how much he believes in him. And then what stuck out to the little cousin is when he called him his ticket out. The big cousin told him, "You the ticket out of me being in the streets. You the ticket out of your dad being in the streets. You the ticket out for everybody to be taken care of in the family. And little cuz, I would not be putting this pressure on you if I knew you couldn't do it." So the little boy still didn't believe in himself, but he like, "Hey, I'll take the money." So every day this little boy went to school faithfully, paid attention in school, and then after school every day he would go play basketball. And his cousin actually stood on his word. Basically every time the little boy got out of school, the big cousin would pull up, ask him how his day was, and then give him the money. The little cousin is beyond happy because now he get to make money. He fresh. All he got to do is go to school, make good grades, and play basketball. The little boy did it faithfully every single day. Then it got to a point that he started believing that he can take care of his whole family now. Like, it is embedded in him. This is his dream now. I want to make sure I take care of grandma all the way down to the youngest child. This little boy doing really good in school. Every time he go play basketball, he getting better and better. And now this is where the story gets sad at. So basketball tryouts are about to happen. The little boy excited and he tell his big cousin. And then his big cousin say, listen, if you make the team, I'm going to give you this car right here. Now the car that the cousin was offering him wasn't a bad looking car. But since his cousin had so many cars with rims and everything on it, he wanted one of those. So the little cousin say, man, I don't want that car. So then the big cousin say, okay, so you make the team, I'm going to give you this car so you can get around. But if you score at least like 15 points every night, I'm going to get you a car off the lot. The little boy like, oh, that's easy. So later on that night, they go hang out at the mall and go shopping. Everybody calling his big cousin, asking what he finna do that night so they can know what club to go to. The little cousin overheard his conversations and was like, yo, can I please go to the club with y'all? Knowing that he was underage, the big cousin was like, nah, that's not a place for you. Keep your head in the books. The little cousin would bug him until he said yes. The big cousin would drop him off later. Tell him to get ready because he gonna go home and get ready and then he gonna come pick him up later. So it was like 10 o'clock and the big cousin did not show up at all. The little cousin didn't want to call or bug him, so he waited. So around 11:15, the little cousin called and said, hey man, where you at? So like at 11:15, the little cousin called and said, where you at? And he was already at the club. When the little cousin heard the music, he got mad and said, come on, cuz, I thought you said you was going to get me, man. You lying to me. The big cousin said, my bad, little cuz. I'm on my way. I'm finna come get you now. The little cousin said, man, don't just be telling me that. He said, no, little cuz. I'm walking out the club right now. I'm finna come get you right now. The little boy fell asleep waiting on his cousin. Then he got a phone call that changed his whole life. He was told that his cousin was murdered on the way to get him. That day, the people that took the life of his cousin also took the innocence of that little boy. Because not only did his cousin die, but a part of his dream died. That little boy thought about revenge every single day. And when that little boy moved back to Chicago, he took a lot of his anger out on people in the streets. The crazy part about this story is, it's a true story. And that little boy was me. And the dream of taking care of my grandmother all the way down to the youngest child is still my dream. That's why I put my blood, sweat, and tears into everything that I do. Me being successful is to make sure that everybody around me is successful. A part of me died when my cousin passed away, but it's a big part of me that don't want to ever let him down. His dream became my dream. And sometimes I believe I had to experience the type of support that he gave me, because that type of support helped me understand a lot of things in life. But I just realized this video is past 8 minutes. If y'all want more story times like this, let me know in the comments and I got you. Make sure y'all follow for more content like this. And to all the cool people that follow me, I'll see you in the next video.